Hello students, today we will learn about formulas and functions in MS Excel. Okay, so one of the most important feature of MS Excel is its ability to perform calculations either using a formula or using a function. In this chapter we will learn the basics of formulas and functions and how they can be used in different scenarios, etc. So first of all we have to learn what is formula. Formulas are the user defined instructions to perform calculations. And what is functions? Functions are the predefined or inbuilt formulas that comes with Excel. Okay, so as you all know, formulas are formulas in Excel are also like the normal formulas. That means they are user defined instructions for performing certain calculations or certain operations, and the functions are the predefined or inbuilt formulas that by default comes with MS Excel. Okay, so formulas in MS Excel. What is the formulas in MS Excel? Formulas are used to perform calculations involving addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, etc. A formula establishes a relationship between two or more cells. Okay, so it is an expression that can include cell addresses, numbers, arithmetic operators, parentheses, etc. And by using the formulas we can perform simple as well as complex calculations also. Okay, so there are some basic rules. The first basic rule is a formula must begin with an equal to sign. Okay, so every formula in MS Excel or Microsoft Excel must begin with an equal to sign followed by the cell references and operators. Okay, so a formula can contain a few or all of the below mentioned elements. So what are the elements? As you can see in the screen, references, operators, constants, functions, all those are the main elements that a Excel formula can have. Okay, so what is references? References mean a cell or a range of cells that we want to include in our calculation. Next is operator. What are operators? Operators are the symbols like plus, minus, star, percentage, dollar, hashtag sign, etc. that specify the operations to be performed. So operators are the symbols using which we specify which operation to be performed. Okay, next is constants. What are constants? Constants are the numbers or the text values that do not change while calculating a formula. And last one is functions. Functions are the predefined formulas in Excel, we have already taught. Okay, so a formula have various elements. As you can see in that diagram, a formula starts with equals to symbol, then the constants like 5, then the mathematical operators like plus, all those are the star, minus, all those are the mathematical operators. Then A2, B2, E3, E5, those are the cell addresses, and within parentheses the cell addresses are written, that together known as the cell range, and sum is the function or predefined formulas. Okay, so this is how a formula looks like. So next we should proceed with the creating a basic formula. How can we create a basic formula in MS Excel? What is, first of all we have to know what is a basic formula. A basic formula involves only one type of operator in it. Okay, so any formula that is having only one type of operator, either plus or multiplication or subtraction or division, any formula having only one type of operator in it are known as the basic formula. So let us use it to calculate the sum of the numbers in B2, B3, B7 cells, and the result should be displayed in B8 cells. So we have to enter the data as shown in the figure. Okay, next we have to click on the B8 where we want to display the result and type the equals to sign. Okay, now you can see the picture over here, figure number 3.1. you have to enter the data over here, and then where in which cell you want to display the data, you have to click on that particular cell and start typing with an equal to sign. After clicking the equal to sign, suppose we have typed the data from B2 up to B5, then we have to write B2 then plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 plus B6. Okay, so then if we press, or we have to type this in the formula bar. Okay, this method of clicking on the cell to and its cell to add its reference to a formula is called pointing. Okay, now the status bar will display the status of the point. Now we have to type the formulas as how I have told you already. Then you have to press the enter key. After typing all the cell number and the needed desired operator, you have to type the enter key. After pressing the enter key, suppose we have typed equal to B2 plus B3 plus B4 plus B5 plus B6. Okay, and then we have typed press enter key. The cell, then after pressing the enter key, the cell B8 will display the total of all the values from B2 to B6. Okay, so this is how we can create a basic formula. Next is using compound formula. How can we use a compound formula? Then we have to know first what is compound formula. A compound formula is a formula that use more than one operator for performing calculations. Okay, suppose so let us take the example of calculating the simple interest by using the formula. As we all know, the formula for calculating a simple interest is PRT divided by 100. Okay, so now we have to enter the data as you can see in the middle picture, figure number 3.2. You have to type the data over here. The principal equal to 4500, rate equal to 5 and time equal to 3 year. Okay, now we have to calculate the, or we have to type the formula. How can we do that? For doing that, we have to click, suppose we want to show the result in the cell B6. So we have to type equal to, after clicking on the B6, then we have to click on the cell B2. After clicking on the cell B2, the cell address of B2 will be appeared in the cell B6. Then we have to again type the symbol star and we have to click on the cell B3. Okay, so again the cell address of B3 will be appeared in the cell B6. Again we have to type the symbol star and we have to click on the cell B4. After clicking the cell B4, we have to the address of the B4 appears in the cell B6. Then we have to again type the symbol slash, that means division, followed by 100 in the cell B6, and then we have to press the enter key. After pressing the enter key, the cell B6 displayed the calculated simple interest. Okay, so this is how we can use the compound formula in MS Excel. Next, using formulas on text. How can we use formula on text? In Excel, we can also perform addition operation on character and string data types also. Except for addition, other operations like subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. not allowed on the string data type. Only the addition operation is allowed on the string data type. No other operations like subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. are allowed on the string data type. Okay, the ampersand symbol is used to perform addition with string data type. Okay, what is the ampersand symbol? It's basically the symbol of AND. Okay, now the addition of two or more text values in cell is called concatenation. So addition of two or more text values is called concatenation. So let us understand this concatenation with the help of example. Okay, so suppose we have to first enter any string type value in the cell A1 and B1. Suppose in A1 we have typed KIPS, KIPS, and in B1 we have typed India. Okay, next what we have to do? We have to enter the formula A1 and B1 in the cell C1. Suppose we want to concatenate and show the result in the cell C1. So what we have to do? After we have to click on the cell C1 and we have to type the formula equal to A1 ampersand sign and B1 in the cell C1, and then we have to press the enter key. Whenever we are pressing the enter key, it will display keeps India together in the cell C1. Okay, so the concatenation is done with the formula. So this is how we can concatenate two cells in one using the formula. Okay, so using the ampersand sign. Next is cell range. What is cell range? Cell range basically refers to the group of contiguous cells which forms the shape of rectangle. It can be a group of two cells or more than two cells or even the entire worksheet. So how can we specify a cell range? To specify a cell range by writing the, we have to specify the cell range by writing the starting cell address followed by the ending cell address, both separated by a colon within parenthesis, okay, or without parenthesis. For example, we want to specify the cell range from C1 to C10. So we have to type C1 then colon then C10. This will indicate a range of cells starting from C1 and ending with C10. Okay, so this is a cell range. Now how can we select a cell range? To select a cell range, first we have to click on the first cell in the range, and while holding down the left mouse button, we have to drag it to the last cell. Okay, or there is another process. We have to click on the first cell, then hold down the shift key while we press the arrow keys to extend our selection using that arrow keys, or we can select the first cell in the range and then press the F8 to extend the selection by using the arrow keys. Okay, so whenever we are using that F8 key to stop extending the selection, we have to press F8 again to stop extending. Okay, so this is how we can select a range. Now how can we use a cell range in a formula? We have already or earlier we have seen that we have added from the cell B1 up to B6. Okay, so it is a contiguous cell. B1 to B6 is a range of contiguous cells. Instead of typing all the cell names, we can define that using the cell range. Okay, so how can we do that? Suppose the same example, if we want to add all the values from the table from the cell B1 to B6, what we have to do? We have to simply type equal to sign in the cell where we want to display the data. Then we have to type the function name sum. Okay, the function name sum, sum. Then within parenthesis or within brackets the starting cell, that is B1, or in the book's example it is B2, then colon, then the ending cell, and we have to close the parenthesis or the brackets. Then we have to press the enter key. After pressing the enter key, the total will be displayed in that B8. How much total? The total of the cell range defined within that parenthesis. Okay, so this is how we can use a cell range in a formula. Next is, how can we name a cell range? To name a cell range, what we have to do? We have to select the range of cells that we want to name. Suppose the cell range is B2 to B7. Next, on the formula tab in the define names group, we have to click on the define name option. Whenever we are clicking on the define name option, the new name dialog box will appear. After the new name dialog box will appear, in the name field we have to enter the name that we want to specify for that particular cell range. Suppose the or let's see the given example in the book, it's written or it's defined as the units underscore sold. Next, in the scope box, specify the availability of the range name by choosing the workbook. Okay, if you want this to be known to the all sheets in the workbook, if you then you have to click on that scope box. Okay, in the scope box, what you have what is defined in the scope box, whether you want that particular cell range name to be available in the other workbook also or not. Okay, so in the scope box you can specify that, and if you want to limit the scope of this range to a particular worksheet only, then you have to select the name of that particular worksheet from that scope box. Suppose you have choose the worksheet 1, then the cell name range will be available only for that particular worksheet. Okay, next you have to write some text in the comment section if you want to attach some comment, or then you have to click on the OK button to define the cell range. Okay, next, how can we use the name range in a formula? For that, suppose the let's see the book's example. It's written here the unit sold. suppose we want to add all the cell range over that or for that particular name range. Okay, so what we have to do, again we have to click on that particular cell where we want to display the result. Then what we have to do, then we have to type the formula starting with equal to sign, then sum, then within parenthesis the cell name range. What is the name range? What was the name range? It's unit underscore sold. So we have to type equals to sum, then within bracket the units underscore sold, and then we have to press the enter key. So upon pressing the enter key, the result will be displayed of the addition for the given or for the defined named range. Suppose we have defined from cell B2 to B7 in the named range, and we are using that particular named range in the formula. Then the addition of all the values for that particular named range will be displayed in the result on pressing the enter key. Okay, so listen to the video carefully, read your book. We will meet in our next class. If you are having any problem, you can obviously ask me. Have a nice day. Thank you.